Hi everyone and welcome back to the second edition of the Riddle District Football Netball League Netball Show, and we're back straight into it now. Round 2, great to have netball back again, Gracie.
Yeah, it is good to be full steam ahead and good to see some high quality netball on the weekend.
Yeah, it just seems to have been a long round 1, but we're back into it now. So a couple of really good games over the weekend, and we're going to start from the start. And the first game we're going to look at is the round 1 game against round 2 game against Mountain Centrals and Romsey, which was the nighttime game, and it was just a standalone game and really interesting results. Sort of Romsey, we knew they were up and about, but they are definitely the team to beat this year, I think, and had a really good 14-goal win over Central. So yeah, they're up and about. Any good players that stood out to you?
Yeah, a couple of good players. Al McDonald, obviously the standout in the mid-court at the minute, so going really well there. But yeah, just a bit of a slow start for Romsey, but came home firing.
Yeah, they've had a really good start, and Al McDonald, she's a superstar of the competition, just a really strong centre player that can also play defence, and she's been really strong, and they'll need her to be cracking every single week if they are going to go deep into the finals. So, but their goalers didn't let them down either, Romsey. They've got a really good defensive unit that's kept going from last year, so Chelsea Ross and Hope Evans as well, shooting 83 and 90% respectively, and that's what you need if you're going to be up there.
Yeah, that's it, and that's probably the difference in the end. You look at the two teams and their accuracy, and that's probably where Mountain let themselves down a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like Beck Morabito, I think she shot around 66%, and Rita White K also shot around 75%. So those percentages need to be off. But Beck does a power work around the mid-court, getting that ball in the ring, and not always the main shooter, but she's just a really mercurial player. You mightn't have seen much of Beck yet, but she's been one of the superstars in our team in our league for a long time. But a couple of new players have really shone for that first game for Centrals as well. The two girls that have come over from Sunbury, from Lions in the Ballarat League, Sally Potbury and Rachel Doverson, had really good games too, so some really good signs there for Mountain Centrals.
Yeah, not all doom and gloom, that's for sure.
No, so yeah, Romsey are on the radar and we'll see how they go, but they're my early tip at this stage. So we'll go to the end of the round, that's long round that we had, and we head off to yesterday, the Anzac Day match, Rupo.
Yeah, it's a big
Macedon.
Big Anzac Day clash between Macedon and Rupertswood. Obviously, Macedon got the edge over Rupertswood in the end, but played in front of a big crowd and not too bad conditions. Yeah,
it's a great game, the Anzac Day match, especially at Macedon, overlooking the mountain across and everything. So it was just a really good backdrop, and it was a good day for footy, good day for netball. Pretty cold, but that's what we come to expect on Anzac Day now. I think the girls might have just got through, might have got too wet. But yeah, interesting. VNL starts tonight, so there was a lot of girls who were unavailable to play for Macedon, so Janelle Birch and Chloe Wilson, and I think Chelsea Kemp only had a half as well because they've got their games in, but Macedon brought some recruits in, and what two recruits that they bring in. Both, one's an ex-champ player, and I think she's actually playing Div 1, I'm not quite sure, but Julia Woolley, who plays for City West Falcons, came in and just shot superbly, and then their defence, they replaced Janelle with Amy Worth, and what a superstar to replace her with, just two quality players there.
Yeah, and that's what happens sort of in those good teams. One person sits out and someone else steps up. So yeah, good to see from Macedon.
Yeah, well, their coaches must be a little bit more lenient than what Chloe's and Janelle's were, because they weren't allowed to play and they did the right thing, which was good. In saying that, Rupo still, they had some girls out as well that were playing tonight. Nat Billings, he's the captain of Monash, and she shot extremely well at 82%, and they're on their way, Rupo. They've lost their first two, but there's no way knowing I'd write that team off. Di McCormack just won't let that. They've played two of the strongest teams out there, so I'm sure that they'll keep rebuilding, and a very, very young team, but Rupo will be up and about like they always are.
Yeah, obviously a tough start taking on Macedon and Romsey in the first 2 weeks. They've had it tough early, but yeah, hoping they'll bounce back this week.
Yeah, look, they've got, as I said, heaps of young kids. So they'll be the better for the run, and I think they'll have a most probably bounce back really strongly this week. So once everything calms down as well, and I think some of these teams are going to be affected by the VNL draw because it does change. There's a lot of Friday night games and there's a lot of Sunday games. So these are two of the teams that are going to be most affected. So it will be interesting who they play on those games. But yeah, so good start to round 2.
Yeah, that's it. Looking forward to round 3 now.
Yeah, and don't forget, everybody, that the Sunbury Social Club A-grade player of the week is back. And we won't be doing it today. I'm going to keep them all in a little package and bring them for the next round of shows, and we'll announce the first 3 or 4 next week. So again, thanks to Phil and everyone down at the Sunbury Social Club. Get in there for a meal and enjoy the meal. Great atmosphere. Have a drink. See some bands. Who knows,
Sounds
Gracie?
good.
We might get down there on a Friday night. You never know. Okay, so we're going to look forward to this week's games. What takes your fancy, Grace? Any games out there?
Probably the Lancefield Melton Centrals. That'll be a close game to kick us off.
Yeah, 2 really, really teams that match up extraordinarily well. Both coached extremely well also. It'd be interesting to see if Stacey Gannon fronts up for Lancefield, a star shooter. So we'll see how she goes. Centrals will want to bounce back as well. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Lancefield on that one.
Going to go Lancefield? Gee whiz, I don't know about this one. Toss of the coin, I think. I think this will be a really, really close game. If you're going Lancefield, I'll go Centrals.
Go different, that's the way. And then we've got Diggers Rest v Sunbury. You'd expect Diggers Rest to probably have the edge over Sunbury Kangaroos?
Yeah, at this stage, Diggers looks really, really strong, especially in their mid-court. Maybe their defence could be where their weakness is, although they've got a really strong goalkeeper, and so we'll see how they go. Whether their coverage of their, as I said, whether they've got the strength all around the court, I'm yet to see. Tash Chocolate didn't play last week, so it'll be interesting to see if she plays. Kangaroos are struggling a little bit, new team. They'll take a little while to get to heat up, but I'm sure they'll pick up. But yeah, I think it'll most probably be an easy victory for Diggers.
Yeah. And then we've got Rupo taking on Rockbank, who are looking for their first win of the season. How do you think that'll pan out? Yeah,
Rupo will really bounce back and they'll want a strong showing here. Rockbank, again, a new team that's just been put together, but I think, Rockbank are a really improved team compared to last year when they didn't even have an A grade. But, their structures are starting to come into play as well, and I think they'll be better for the next few runs. But Rupo, no way will they lose 3 in a row.
Yeah, Rupo for mine too. And then we've also got Romsey taking on Riddle, both teams coming off strong wins last week.
Yeah, this game has been moved. This is one of the clash games with the Broadford and Wallen games. It's now at 10 o'clock at Broadford. So if anyone wants to get along and have a look. Be a really interesting game. I think Romsey will just be too strong because Riddle are just full of young kids. They're so young, and they'll be absolute dynamite in a couple of years. But they really truly are the baby bombers at the moment. But I just think Romsey will be far too strong.
Yeah, and then rounding out the round of netball, we've got Wooden Heskett versus Macedon.
Yeah, they'll be back at full strength with their normal players, Macedon, and they're a quality outfit. I think they're most probably a little bit better than what they were last year. I think they're a little bit fitter, and there's a lot of those girls that are playing VNL now, and I just think that pre-season is really doing them good. Some really positive signs though out there for Woodend. Young Sarah Duff, I think she's only 15, has been a shining light at the moment for them, and it just really holds them stead for the future. But big task against last year's runners-up. I think they'll go out pretty comfortable victors in the end.
Yeah, I think they'll go to 3-0 as well.
All right, well, short and sweet again. Thanks, everyone. And if you've got any comments or any feedback, or you've got any milestone games you want us to promote, let us know. More than happy to give everyone a shout out there. Good luck to everyone this week. Happy netballing. See you in a couple of weeks.